Good morning, students. And today we are going to see about the JavaScript, that is the part of third unit. So first we will start with the basics of what is scripting, then scripting languages, then what are the types of scripting languages. Okay. So now see what is scripting. Scripting is automate the process. In other words, we can say method of automating the process that is need to be executed step by step by the user. Okay. Then next, what is scripting language? To automate the process, we need some high level languages needed. Okay. Normally scripting is done in many areas like embedded system, browsers, etc. Here we need to execute often without need of compilation. The scripting language need to be run directly. Okay. Usually, scripting language do not require the compilation. Instead of it will be interpreted directly and execute the process or execute the program. Okay. Say, take an example. Our C program, it needs to be compiled before we are going to run it. Okay. Before it running, this process to make an intermediate code, that is high level language to object language. So misunderstanding language. But scripting language need not to do this. Okay. These are directly execute in the browser called interpretation. Like some language, some programming languages, Python, PHP, JavaScript, VB script, etc. So we have some applications, say advantages of the scripting languages. First one is to automate some task in the web page or a program. Then extracting and display the information from the dataset which are sent from server. So normally the client will request the some data or some information, the server will send na. So those data will be extracted and displayed. Okay. Then third one is very less code needed to automate when we are comparing to the traditional programming language, because in certain steps we can execute the many process. So that much simplified languages those are. Then before going to see about the types of scripting language, what are the types of scripting language, and also what those language do, that those type of scripting language what will do, we will see some um, comparison. Okay. We have two types of scripting language. One is client and next one is server side. So we'll see the comparison and then go detail. So client side will be used in front end. That means browser side. That is client side. Server side, server side program or server side scripting is used in back end. Back end means it will run in server. Um, when we are coming to client side, it collects the user input. Most of the times, client side scripting will collect the inputs and send to the server. So while collecting, it will do some validation. Okay. Then server side, what are the data or input sent from the client that will be processed in the server side. Um, Most of the time, the client side will do the visual part. That means how to display, then how to extract the inputs. Okay. Then server side deal with transactions, or complex computations. Transaction means some bank transaction. We are entering the username password that will uh, processed with the database operation. Then scripts may be restricted to run in the sandbox. Then process the transparent to the user. Processes are transparent. So what are the process can done or can be done in the server, it is clear to the user. But how they are done, that will not be known to the user. So next we have two types of scripting language now. So first one is client side scripting or client scripting. It can be defined as code that is present in the client HTML page. Client HTML page. So what is that? That means the code will be present in the browser. The server will send the HTML page according to the user request. Those pages, those HTML pages will have the scripting. That script will execute in the browser. Okay, it is usually attached to the browser in the language that is compatible with the browser. Okay, that will be sent by the server. Then browser can execute those languages which are um, convenient or compatible with the browser. So browser, then maybe it will be downloaded or uh, it will be in the HTML code. Okay, if it is downloading the code separately, then it will download the code separately and store in the cache temporarily, and then it will process it without need of server request or server help. Okay, if any additional information needed, then it will send the request to the server. Again the server will process the client request, then it will run in the client. So we have some uh, client side programming languages. Most commonly used programming languages is JavaScript, then VB Script, HTML, CSS, Ajax, and jQuery. Likewise, we have many client-side programming languages. Next, server-side scripting. It is the method of designing website so we can process the user input or client request that will be run in the server. Server scripts provide an interface to the user, okay, and with the data. That means we can access the database. That means we have seen the two-tier architecture and also three-tier architecture. Na? So in three-tier architecture, the third tier is a database. So server will be in second tier. So first tier is client. So client will access the database using the server as an interface. Whenever user request, the server process it and customized response will be sent to the user or client uh, which are uh, requested website. Then we have some popular server-side programming languages: ASP.NET, PHP, C++, Java, and JSP. Then Python, and also Ruby on Rails. Then R language. Those are can be run in the server side to process the client request. So we will see the detailed comparison of the client side and server side scriptings. Client side scripting, the source code is visible to the user. So most of the time user can see. Okay, if possible, if they need, they can see the source code, but they cannot modify. Okay, but in source code here, a server side source code cannot be visible to the server that is not present in the HTML page. That will be in server side. It will run in the server side only. Then in client side, it usually depends on the browsers and its version. Okay, how it will run, whether it will run or whether it won't run, it depends on only in the version of the browser. Some advanced browsers will support all the scripting kinds of scripting languages. Old browsers won't. Okay, in server side, okay, in the server side, it won't depend on the client machine or client browser. It run separately. Okay, then client side scripting run in the user computer. Server side scripting will run in the web server. There are many advantages linked with this, like for very faster response. Response time is more and interactive. It will by using this client side scripting, we can create interactive applications, that means web pages. Okay, the primary advantage of server side scripting is highly customized and response requirements access right based on the user. That means authentication of the user. So how much privilege they have, that much of access is given to the user. That will be done by the server side. Okay, client side scripting does not provide security for data because the client side is visible to the user, so it will less security compared to the server side scripting. Then it is the technique used in web development in which script run in the client browser. So browser will run the scripting languages. Okay, here the server side script run on the web server to produce responses that is customized for the client request. What are the requests given by the client? Those requests are processed and the customized response will be made and sent back to the client side. Then some of the client side scripting examples are HTML, CSS, JavaScript, VB Here we have ASP.NET, PHP, Python, Java, and Ruby and Rails. So next, we will go into detail about the what is JavaScript. By using the JavaScript, what we can done, we will see. JavaScript is most popular scripting language on the internet. It works in all major browsers like Firefox, Chrome, Explorer. Now we can call it as Edge, Opera, Safari. Those browser can run the JavaScript. It is very easy to understand and also it is easy to learn. What is JavaScript? JavaScript is a scripting language. So we know that scripting language. Script is usually embedded directly into the HTML page. Okay, whenever the user request, the server send the web page with the JavaScript. So JavaScript was designed to add interactively to the HTML page. So if we need to create interactive web pages, we can have a JavaScript. We can implement that very easily. JavaScript is an interpreted language. That means we need not to do compilation. We can directly execute. Okay, so everyone can use JavaScript with a purchase license. We don't need any license for using the JavaScript. We can directly use in our web development or web page. JavaScript is Netscape's cross-platform object-oriented scripting language. So it cross-platform. We can run in any platform, any OSs. Then it is also support object-oriented concepts. Then some of the core JavaScript contains many objects like array, math functions, date functions, string functions. So these are very useful to process the user input. Okay, then the core set of language elements like control structures, loopings, and operators. those are use those are extended easily by using the supplementing the additional objects. By creating a new object, we can create, we can um, we can extend it and use it. Then what can we do by using JavaScript? So JavaScript gives HTML designer to programming tool. It is a programming tool. The art the HTML creator or web page designers normally won't be a good programmer, but they can learn easily, learn the JavaScript easily, and they can use uh, in their web application. Very easy to learn. So JavaScript can put dynamic text into the HTML page. So if we want to alter or modify or update any content dynamically, we can do with the JavaScript. JavaScript can react to events. So whenever any event occur, any event triggered by the user, that means whenever they are clicking the text or they are clicking on the button, when they are clicking the selecting the radio button, checkbox, okay, whatever they are doing inside the web page, right click, mouse click, mouse motion, okay, those event are called as triggering. That time automatically the JavaScript will call and it will execute some scripts. Then JavaScript can be used to validate data. So as I told earlier, by using the JavaScript, the we can collect the user input. Now client side we can correct user input. Those inputs can be validated using JavaScript, whether the email ID is in the form of a correct form, then mobile number should be in 10 digits. Okay, the username should have the some certain parameters, and also password matching, whether we are giving the password and the confirming password should be matched. So these can be compared using the JavaScript. We will see one by one in the further topics. Then JavaScript can be used to create cookies. So cookies is very needed, very useful for the tracking the user and also session management. So that can be done in the server. Um, that means client side by using the JavaScript. JavaScript can read and write the HTML elements. So as I told earlier, previous slide, we can access any content of the HTML element. That means any controls. We can read any text box. We can read any paragraph. We can access. Okay, that can be changed. That means dynamically we can change. We want to change the content. We can easily do that using JavaScript. Okay, then uh, how we can place the JavaScript in the HTML file? First one is by using the script tag. Okay, by using the script tag. So by using this script tag, we can add HTML. Sorry, we can add JavaScript in the HTML page. Okay, so there are four ways to add. First one is in the head section. Inside the head section, we can also have the script tag. Whenever the script tag is rendered in the HTML page, that script will be executed immediately. And also we can have scripts in the body tag, and also we can have in both the body and the head tag. Okay, and also we can use external file. So if we want to create an external file, that means JavaScript file, that means extension with the .js, we can also include those external file. That means the external source file will be included or imported inside the head tag. Okay, uh, these are the some ways to include the or place the JavaScript inside the HTML file. Okay, so we will see one by one. So JavaScript can be inserted in the any part of the HTML document with the help of script tag. Okay, any part means that means body tag and also head tag. Okay, by using the script tag, we can um, include the JavaScript. Okay, then in script tag we have some attributes like type and language and also source. So type means what type of language uh, we are using to script inside the browser. That will be mentioned in the type. Okay, type attribute. Then language attribute. So what type of language you are using, whether it is JavaScript, whether it is a VB script, whether it is a Python. So likewise, we can have in the language attribute. Then source. So this is important to import the external Java file. We have a script.js file, uh, script.js file, that is a JavaScript file extends with .js. Okay, that will be written separately. It will be in the outside HTML page that can be included or imported in the source attribute. So we can mention the path. Just we can mention the path if it is present in the path where the HTML page is there. So we don't want to give the absolute path. We can give the relative path. Okay, relative path means where the HTML is present, there, there the script is present means we can directly give source equal to script.js. We don't want to give the absolute path. Okay, then some do's and don'ts of the JavaScript. So here, if we are importing, if we are so if you are importing the source file, okay, if you are importing the source file in our HTML page, we in the scripting tag, so that scripting tag should not have the JS code. So if you are put any code inside the script file that contains the source attribute, those statements are ignored by the HTML, the browser. Okay, script if the script tag contains the source attribute, okay, we should not give the code inside the script tag because it will be ignored, it won't be considered, it won't execute, so it is waste. Okay, then uh, likewise we can give, so we can open the script tag and give the source file, then we can close that script tag and again we can newly open the script tag, and then we, if you are um, giving the JavaScript, it will execute fine, no issues. So this okay, this is okay. Okay, this is wrong way of coding. So next, if you want to have script run in the some event, run on the some event, some by using the clicks, if it want to trigger, use trigger on the click, okay, on the event triggering, we can give in the head section. Okay, how we are going to place the JavaScript in the head section? See the example. So here, see we know that HTML open and close tag of HTML, and head tag we have open. Here we have open, and we are here closing. Inside that we have the code script tag. Inside that we have the JavaScript. We have mentioned type equal to text. It is a text type. Okay, we have the code in the form of text, and the what type of text it have, what type of language it have, JavaScript. Okay, so we will go and run this program. So it will be in the example script in head tag. Okay, .html file. We will run those file. So we have script in in body, right? So see, I will open this. So we have same thing in head section. We have the script tag. Inside that we have the code that is alerting. We are giving some alert to the user. Okay, simple code. Now I am going to run it. So just double click it. It will run in the browser. Okay, see, we have the code alert hello hello world. In the alert function, it alerting, but it giving some message to the user. Okay, next we have script in the body tag. Here we have see the difference between the head tag, and we have closed the head tag, and we are opening the body tag, and we are closing here, and inside the body tag we have the script tag. So here also we have mentioned type equal to text and JavaScript. Here we are going to type something, we are going to write, we are going to display something inside the body tag, that means body portion, that is document dot write hello world. So hello world will be displayed in the web page. Okay, we will see the we see this example script in body tag. Script in body tag. Script in body tag. So alert completed. See, so we'll show the code. So we have two functions. We have two things. Okay, that is body tag. We are also doing alert function. Alert. We are also calling alert. Okay. After completing the alert, the H2 will be displayed. This is also one example. Another example is, see, here we have the code like we are typing document dot write hello world. Okay, so that this will be displayed. After that the paragraph will be displayed. Okay, so just we will run it. So already we have run it. Okay, hello world is displayed. After that this page is a this page paragraph tag. Inside the paragraph tag we have some content, so that will be displayed after the hello world document dot write. In the in the document dot write we have given the hello world, so it will be displayed. Okay, alright, it completed. What is next? So how we are giving the script in both the head tag and also body tag. Okay, we can provide, we can embed the script in the both head and body tag in single file. Okay, in a HTML file. How we are going to make it? We'll see. See. So I will show that code. After that we will run it. See. So first, what is that? In the head tag, we have document.write hello world plus from head. Okay. Then in the body tag, document.write hello world from body. Okay. Okay. So when I am going to run it, see hello world from body. This is from hello from body. Then this is page body, right? Okay. Just wait. What is the program? Scripting, right? So this one, huh? So here we have hello world plus from, yes, hello world from body, and so it is done, right? Hello world from head, hello world from body. Okay, now it's working fine, right? Okay, so now it will run, right? So hello world from head and hello world from body. This is web page, right? So hello world from get, hello world from body, and this is web page body. So that's it. Okay, very simply we can have it. Okay, then how we are going to import or include the JavaScript inside the HTML page? We are writing the JavaScript externally, okay, with the extension of JS, and how we are going to import and how we are going to execute those lines, we'll see later.
Thank you.